Hello friends, this is me, Anil Polsani. I'm your mainframe trainer. So welcome back guys. We will continue our project on COBOL 11. Previously we have written 4 programs for JCL jobs. We created one master file already and we did audit. We did some date logic and we filter all the records for master file. And then in the last video guys, in the video 6, I have created a transaction file. So we will use that transaction file today and validate some of the fields. If it is good data, we'll put it into one file. If it is not a good data, we'll put it into error file, guys. Okay, so input would be your file, output also the file, but there are two files. Okay, I'm not writing error files. Basically, in this COBOL 11 topic of concept, what I'm training, guys, we are not dealing with lot of things. We are just make sure that we write small programs and get good practice in this state. Like I said, guys, we have a lot of other programs that we need to write, and that would be your second phase. Okay, so this is your video of 7, guys. This is video of 7 here. If you are seeing this video for the first time, then please check the other videos before we directly jump here, guys. Okay. Now, in the last class, okay, in the last video, guys, we created this particular file. Okay, we created this particular file, and as I told, I have created the file. Okay, I have edited the data. I have edited the data here like this, and I created the data. Now what I want to do is the data what it is there in this file, guys. Okay, what the data what is there in this particular file is not good. Okay, this is not good because of the data is missing or the record is not required. Okay, this is the data missing case and this is record not required, guys. Okay, any card that is used and it is the transaction has been approved, guys, those things I can use it for billing purpose. But if there is a card that is rejected for the transaction, maybe the network was not good, maybe the card swipe was not good, maybe the pin was not good, for some reason the transaction was rejected. So I want to filter the records which are valid, which I can use for the next logic. I also want to skip them and put them in error file. Later we can see what is the reason for error and what is the purpose of them cleaning up. So we will see that. Okay, we will see that. Okay, so some of these I think some of them are not properly copied here. So just a second. When I did a copy paste, I think I have copy pasted a little bit overlapped. So that's fine. Now I guess the data is there and this is not important. We are interested in this particular field now and this particular field. Remaining fields we will keep it with normal validation, guys. Okay, so let's go and write our COBOL program here. I'm into our library. These are the previous programs we have written. COBOL Program 05. That's what I am writing now. So for this, I'm gonna need an input file of transaction and output also another transaction file. Same layout, guys. Okay, the transaction file is same layout. So what I will do is I'll use the copybook which we created in the previous video only. Okay, so start writing the program. This is a 2-file program, actually 3-file program, 1 input, 2 output, guys. So let's go and start writing the name of the program ID here as COBOL Program 05. And then author, guys, write your name and date written here as whatever the date we have today. Okay, now environment division here. Okay, in the environment division, guys, you're gonna need to mention the input output section always when you have a file. So in the input output section, I have a file control paragraph as well, and then I write my statement select. This is trans in file. One of them is acting as input for us. So we will give trans dd1, okay, 8 characters. And then organization here is sequential. Now, most of the time when we give this typing, guys, we may end up with lot of spelling mistakes. Now, it's not like we don't know the spellings, but our fingers may not easily type exactly the sequence. So the best thing what we have in the COBOL to eliminate those mistakes is highlight the code first. Okay, use high cob. If you are in the JCL, I write it as high JCL. So we are in the COBOL program. So give high cob. The colors will come. Okay, anything in red color, guys. Okay, anything in red color is a COBOL keyword. Anything is a green color, guys, is a user defined word. So as my eyes was already seeing this one. Okay, so now I can confirm that I have given an incorrect name. So program, see the red color. So anything on red color, guys, is a keyword. It must be as it is. Anything that is a green color is a user defined or developer defined one. Sequential and file status is WS in file status. In the last video, guys, I have asked you a couple of questions. Most of you are WhatsApping me, guys. I would like you to comment in the YouTube as well. Okay, so others can participate. If you are pinging me directly, guys, that is also good, but still I would request you to put these messages in the YouTube's comment sections only, guys. Okay, anyway, it's up to you. I will not force you in that point. So I have an input file, another is output file here, which I will say trans dd2. Okay, you can give INO also for that, or in an output. Then organization is sequential here. Access mode is also sequential here. And then another file status I need, which will be WS out file status. Okay, I'll write OT out file status. I need one more file, guys. I need one more file, that would be my error file. So select error file. Okay, error file here. We have input file, output file, and error file here. Assign to trans dd3. Okay, then same thing, organization is sequential here. Access mode, you see the color now, it's not correct. So when I type, I have misplaced this E and N, so my fingers was not correct. So file status is WS error status. So I have three fields here. Okay, I have three files here, and I'll be using all the three same copybook. So under the data division, okay, now come to the data division here. In the data division, I have file section. Under that, I have FD transaction in file. And then I'm gonna tell the system that these are our standard files. Label records are standard. Come on, standard. And the layout I need. So I'll be using the copybook, and I don't remember the name of the copybook, guys. So let's go here. Let's go to our library. T11 is our library, guys. Sorry, T11 is, the key is not working. Yeah, it's working. So we have a copybook library. This is the master file and this is the transaction file. So we need this one. Okay, we'll keep it here itself. Okay, I will keep it here itself. I'm jumping between the screens, guys. I'm jumping between the screens. Now I'm gonna need to use the same copybook. Let me write it first, then I'll tell you what I want to do. Okay, let me write it. So this is for one file. I'm repeating it for another file also. One is for input, one is for output, and I need one more for error file also, guys. Okay, so these are my three files here, and I want to use the same layout three times. But as you know, guys, as you know, you cannot have the same group name three times. You cannot have the same group name in the same program three times. So the best way, there are multiple ways. Okay, there are multiple ways. Maybe not the best one, the easy one I'm telling, guys. The easy one, what you can do here is you can change the group name. Okay, you can change the group name, but basically we have very good other options in the project. So but first thing, easy one, I'll tell you like this: replace. Use the replacing here, replacing the group name. Okay, this is A by B. So I'll write B as in. So one for input, copy, paste. One for output, see how simple it is now, and one for error. So you got three files with three layouts here: in, out, and error. Done. Same copybook will be used. I'll show it in the compilation also, guys. I'll show it there. if I remember. Let's go into the working storage section here. So I have three files. I have defined three files, guys. Now let's look into the three file requirement. So this is the status variable. Okay, in file status is the status variable here, which are class x of 2 value space as well. Repeat this for 2 times because I have two more things to do. One is the in file, out file, and error file status. So the three files I may be having issues. So I have three different files of status codes. Now I need developer variables for a switch end of file. Because it's a file program, we need to check whether we have reached to the end of the file or we still have records. So this will be the space. Now I want to validate. So I'll take another switch here, guys. Valid input here, which are class x of 0, 1 value space. These variables, guys, these variables better you use 88 levels also. But anyway, I'm telling you these programs are simple level. When I come to the T21 program style, guys, there I will elaborate some more difficulty examples. Let's keep it simple. Okay? Let's keep it simple. The next programs are logical programs. These programs are preparation program, guys. The next coming programs are all logic and calculation programs. So we are just preparing master file, which is ready. We're preparing transaction file, which will be ready in the next video. Then we'll do the matching logic. Then we do the data processing, updating, all the things we do in the next programs, guys. So these are preparation. And since some of you are new to my kind of video channel, maybe new to the programming style, I'm going very low level, guys. Actually, not low level is not a good thing. A very simple level, guys. So you need to understand them. Okay, if you're not understanding all these things, you better join the training, guys, because these are basic things for any experience you consider. Track count, and these are regular, not my training program, guys. My training programs would be much more better than this as well, but still you can use this for videos or recordings and this programs also as a starting point. So I have my input output variables, I have my counter variables here. I need some other variable for appending my program. So I need my trick program here. This is my trick of knowledge. It's easy knowledge, but it's a trick of my knowledge, guys. I created this one for training purpose. And then what else I need? I may not remember what I need more. So I'll come back here. Okay. We'll come back here. If required, if I missed anything and then I remember later in my logic, we'll come back and define them, guys. So I have the main para, okay, and I start writing the display statement here saying that my COBOL program 05 has been just started to execute. Now these are important statements, look simple, but they are important. Perform initialize para, okay, initial para here. So this will tell you the program what to do in the first step. This one will tell you what you need to get the data from, and this one will be start processing the records one by one. Start processing the records one by one here through 300 exit until, okay, until ws end of file is equal to yes. Okay, now I know the file is running the process. Unless it is end of the file, the loop will continue, and once it is end of the file, the control will come here, and where we can close our transaction in file, transaction out file, and the transaction error file as well here. Now I may need to go for the counters. Total input record count, how many are there here, ws in rec count. Similarly, repeat for another 2 times and tell that there are some output records also, and there are some error records. I think I have not defined the variable for errors, guys. So as I told you, we may not remember everything at the beginning. When we are developing the logic, we can develop like this. Okay, so good. I assume and I would say that our main para is done. Top-down approach, guys. This is called a technique of top-down approach. This is the coding methodology what we follow in the projects. Top-down approach, modular coding. Nobody will train you like this, guys. Nobody will tell you all these methods, how a project runs. Most of the developers in the project, they code the programs, guys, but they don't know what technique they are using. They're just mimicking what is already there in the existing programs, existing code. They're trying to replicate that way. So they too doesn't know that they are using a technique called top-down approach plus modular coding. And this is a technique used in every language, guys, not only in this COBOL, every language. When you're writing a biggest programs of thousands of lines of code, guys, we follow the techniques. Like if you want to do any boxing, guys, or mixed martial arts, directly you can't go and just do a fight. You need to know the techniques, you need to do the practice and then do. Same thing here. Directly you cannot be a developer, guys. You need to know the techniques to use it and then code it in a way that is supposed to be easy. Practice it to make it much easy, then use it in the project. So I can tell you all those things in the regular classes, but this is not the time. So I'm gonna switch off my variable here, end of my file, and I'm gonna reinitialize my variables as I assume that this is important before I use it. WS outright count and WS error count. So this will help me to clean my variables. Let's open the files. I have one input file, that is transaction in file, and there are two output files. Open output mode, transaction out file and transaction error file. I'm not sure I'm writing all correct file names or not. Am I writing error correct or wrong? I don't know. We'll correct it when we compile it, guys. We know that. So I have opened the files, but maybe it will be successful, maybe it won't be successful, guys. So what I would do, I'll write like this: ws in file status, if it is not equal to 0, or if ws out file status is not equal to 0, or if ws error status not equal to 0. If any of this file is not successfully opened, guys, I would say there is an error in my 100 initial para. That is the place where you're gonna check display saying that error opening the files, error in opening the files here, and display trans in file status. Okay, this is first trans in file status is, what is the status in file status? This will tell you what is the problem. Same thing you're gonna repeat for another two and then append the program here. Append the program here and if. So this will help me. Okay, and I will repeat, guys. I'll repeat for you. This is for repeating for output file. This is for out file. This is for error file here. So change the names over here as well. This is out and error. I'm just curious, is it OUT or OT? Just let me go here one time. It is OT, guys. Okay, I just need to write wherever it is OUTF. So out file is okay. Out file is okay. This one OT. So that will help me reset. So I'm done with my initial para here and clean the variables, guys. Okay, clean the variables here. Initialize the trans in file layout of in. I'm gonna copy it quickly and paste it for two more times. This is for out. Yeah, this is sufficient here, error, and then come out of the paragraph. So this is my first step done. Let's go and get the data, guys. Get input para. So the data is in the transaction file. So you're gonna read the transaction in file and tell the system if it is end of the file, please close the loop. If it is end of the file, please close the loop end of the file here and come out of the paragraph here. If it is not end, add the counter to ws in rec count. So that will help me to get the counter and close. Done. This paragraph is much easier than any other paragraph. Now let's go to 300 process para. 300 process para. The requirement, guys. Okay, now let's go back to the requirement. The requirement is very simple. You need to, okay, I think we need to validate the fields. Okay, we will validate 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll ignore the date, guys. We'll ignore the date. So I will validate 5 fields, guys. I will validate 5 fields. These 2 fields I will validate if the data is there or not. Okay, I don't validate anything else, only field the data is there or not. Same thing for here, and we should be skipping this record. Over here, transaction status, we'll check the data is there and is it approved only. Okay, we'll filter only for approved, guys. We'll ignore the rejected part. Okay, so that's the second logic. Couple of validation amount we should be keeping greater than 0, guys. Okay, any transaction greater than 0 is the valid record. So we'll keep that one as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fields to validate. So I'm going to validate here in my program. So just set the count validation switch, move to WS valid input, and then perform 310. I can take a 310 valid input para. Okay, valid input para 310 exit. Now let's go and write the remaining logic here. If WS valid input, if it is a valid input, and okay, and equal to ES. So if it is a valid input which is equal to ES, and if I want to write nested if, okay, let me write nested ifs here. So if the what do you call this is transaction status, okay, if transaction status of transaction layout in is equal to approved. Okay, so we are looking for approved only, guys. We are looking for only approved here. Then we will perform like this. Perform 320 move and write para to 320 exit. Else, if it is not an approved, guys, okay, then what I will do is perform 330 move write para through 330 exit. Now there are 2 paragraphs here. So to distinguish, guys, we'll change the name of the para to out and error. So there are 2 files. If it is approved, we'll keep it in a good file. If it is not approved, we'll put it in an error file here. And this one, you should be doing the same thing for this also. If it is valid, do this. If it is not valid, then also do this. So 2 cases you'll be writing into error file. Okay, 2 cases you'll be writing into error file like this. So this is if, this is end if matching. This is if, this is end if matching. If it is approved, what you want to do. If it is not approved, what you want to do. If it is a valid, what you want to do. If it is not valid, what you want to do. I'm telling the system, guys, okay, I'm a developer. I'm telling the system what to do in a language of COBOL. Okay. I'm not talking to the system in English, guys. Okay. We are not talking to the system in English. We are talking to the system in a language of COBOL. So COBOL is what you need to learn to write a code for the system, not for yourself. So I'm done with 300 paragraph. I'll be going for validate input para. So the 310. Okay, there is 310 to write, 320 to write, 330 also to write. So first complete 310 paragraph. This is for validation, guys. So I have a card number. Okay, I have a card number of transaction layout in. So this is the input file. If it is not equal to space, okay, I'll write little complex here. Continue. Else move no to WS valid input. So this will tell the system whether it is a valid record or not by checking it. But of course, I need to tell the system to go out of this paragraph here also. This is a good coding. Okay, this is the good coding here. Repeat this for a couple of times and do one by one. Okay, let's interestingly see one by one here. So this is for card number. You have the another field which is transaction place. I don't know why I have taken this particular field. So if it is not equal to space, continue. If it is equal to space, then it's not a valid. Do the same for another couple of times, one by one. Okay, do it one by one, guys, so that you know what you're doing, which fields you're validating. Transaction type here, transaction type here, it is here. Okay, so if you see this transaction type, for these all things, it will be valid. For this one, okay, this one, it will be not a valid record. Okay, so this program will tell you the system how to validate the data one by one, not all at once, one by one. Transaction type is done. Then transaction status. I'm just copy pasting here. Transaction status. Okay, there is a space required here. And the last one, what you have is the amount, guys, the transaction amount. Now the transaction amount, guys, okay, the transaction amount is a numeric field, guys. So you cannot validate by using space here. Numeric should be a value oriented. So I would check if it is greater than equal to 0. Okay, I will not allow 0 also. So if it is greater than 0, guys, is greater than 0, then continue. If not, exit the process here. This is not required and complete the code. Complete the code. So this particular place I'll be writing 310 exit. Now the final piece, guys, final pieces what I have is 320 move and write out file. Okay, this is for writing good data. And what I need to do is I need to move the data from input to output. So move the card number. This is the card number of transaction layout in. So one is in, one is out, guys. So transaction layout in to card number of transaction layout. Anil, can I use group move? No, guys, group moves are not valid. The data alignment and data issues will be very high. So we don't rely on group moves most of the project unless the entire group is alphanumeric. In my case, this is not fully alphanumeric, guys. There is a numeric field as well. So group moves are not preferred. Anil, shall I write 100 move statements if I have 100 variables? Yes, write it. Are you having any urgent work not to write? Are you lazy of not writing it? So write it 100 times if required. That's what your coding is. That's the COBOL. Data is the most important. Your program, your time is not important. Okay. So I'm gonna need another 6 more times. I have 6 variables there. So the other one, I'll just copy paste, guys. Just copy paste. It won't take much time here. This is transaction in, transaction out, then transaction type. Okay, correct it, guys. If not, you'll get a lot of mistakes in compilation and you'll be just wasting your time for solving them only. So after this, I'll show you how to write the JSL also, guys. If you still have not subscribed to my channel, I would request you to subscribe today, now. Okay. I think I have misplaced it, guys. Sorry, this is the place it has to be coming here. So type status and amount. Type status, amount and date. Actually, I'm not interested in date, guys. I'm not at all interested on the date. So section amount and the date. And just give date in this one, but there is no logic on date for this program, guys. Okay. So if you don't want, you can remove it. I don't think it is required for you. So now write it, guys. Write the transaction layout of out. Check the status. If WS out file status not equal to 0, then display saying that error in 320 write para, something like this. In short, display status code is come on, is WS out file status. So this will tell me the problem. Record, guys, record. Okay, error record is the card number, which our record is causing the problem of trans layout. Is it enough? I don't think it will be fitting here. So I'll write it in the next line, guys. Card number of transaction layout out, sorry, in, and then display. Call the program WS program here. This will help you to stop the control of the flow. If successfully written, guys, I will add +1 to doubles out rect count. So we are almost done with the program. I just need to write last paragraph, and which is easy for me, okay, which is quite easy. This is for writing the record into the successful file. Okay, this is, we need to repeat this whole, we can repeat this whole and write the 330 paragraph. Okay, one for good, one for bad, we told. So this is 330 paragraph per error. Come down, this 330, close it properly. This is error count, and this is error status. This is also error status. This is also error layout. I think I need to change all this to error layout, guys. So what I will do is I'll just copy here and paste it, assuming correctly here, assuming correct error status. So I'm done with my program, guys. Okay, we have written, okay, this is, so we have written almost to 200 lines of code. What I would do is, let me write one more. So we have written almost 200 lines of program, guys, just to do validation only, not even a logic, guys. There is no logic in this program, only validation of 5 fields. Imagine in the project you have 30 fields, you are validating 20 of them. How big your program will become, right? This kind of project program, guys, don't write 10 lines program, 20 lines program, and they say that Anil, I have completed my practice. Don't do that, guys. That's not the practice what we suggest anywhere. Okay, so as a training point of view, we suggest you to write good programs. So I'm compiling my program, guys. I'm compiling my program here. By the time it compiles, guys, I would request you to subscribe. Okay, by the time it compiles, please subscribe, guys. Okay, you got MaxCC 12. I'll show you how to solve your errors also, guys. Okay, here, go to the spool. Okay, open the job log, and I can show you one by one, step by step. There is no error in ID division. Clearly looks like good. Environment division looks fantastic for us. Then it says here, this is a file status, file clause was invalid, expected status, but I have written something, guys. Like I said, spelling mistakes are the common things that we make in coding, and the compiler can help us. So I know this is one mistake. So parallel, I'll correct it one by one for you. Come here, and it says this one is mistake. So I'll write it here, corrected, data division. Then I come down and come down and I come down. These are information, guys. Information is not so thing. You can ignore them. And then working storage section is good. It says that this particular paragraph, okay, this particular paragraph is not defined. So spell of mistake, guys, spell of mistake here. This is INIITIAL. So this is now correct. Take this name and place it over here as it is. So that will solve the problem. Remaining things, it says this ERF is wrong, guys. ERF is wrong. Error is wrong. Error is the right fellow. Error status. Okay. And then 200 looks good. 300 looks fantastic, guys. 310 looks as usual good. Awesome, guys. 320, it says that card number of layout out was not defined. OU2 is not the case, guys. OT is the case. Okay. If I'm sure, the structure what I have defined here, here is the structure. It is out, guys. OT out. So what I will do is, okay, I can do a change quickly, guys. I can do a change quickly. Change all. Wherever I have used mistakenly OUT, please change it to OT. So ding 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 ding, all changed, guys. All changed here, and this one is already spelling mistake. So let's correct it. Layout. This one is already a spelling mistake. Correct it. Now these are all are taken care. These are all are taken care, guys. And this one it says is not defined. Error is not defined. Obviously, I have used some misleading names. Instead of ER, I have to give error, I guess. That will solve the problem. Okay, that will solve the problem mostly. I assume, okay, I assume I have solved a lot of errors. Okay, I assume I have solved a lot of errors, guys. Let's compile again and let's see. By the time it compiles, guys, please subscribe. Okay, it takes it, your subscription will be very much important to me, guys. Please do subscribe. I got still maxcc. Okay, still maxcc here. Let's go and check what we still have to correct. So I'm coming down. ID division looks good, data division goes good. This is information, ignore. Main para looks good, open statement looks good. It says the place where I have used ER, that is not there. So I corrected above and it finds somewhere wrong. So this is 3 variables are there. I need one gap for that. What's the problem? Okay, so I'll assume that's the only error, but let's confirm it. 300 paragraph looks good, 310 looks good so far, 320 paragraph looks good, 330 paragraph looks good, and this one, LAU is not correct. So let's correct that one as well here, layout. I'll assume, okay, and second time again, I'm assuming, guys, that we have coded a program without errors. But system always check each and every word, system will check each and every line, and system will give errors if they found. It's okay. Nobody can write a program without errors. Only the way you can write the program is with errors. The only thing that you need to do is solve the errors. That's your experience. So submitting here, quick enters, couple of enters time. Taking slow. By the time it is compiling, guys, I would really again request to subscribe. I already asked you 3 times, guys. Still, if you are not subscribing, maybe my programs are not good enough to subscribe, or maybe you are very strong of not subscribing, guys. Come on. I got maxis is 0. Okay, so my program successfully executed compilation. We need the run JCL. Okay, we need the run JCL. So say JCL job 5, J5, JCL job 5. Here it's a simple JCL, guys. Simple JCL here. IBM user X job. My good number here, my lucky number here, my name here, and notify me system user ID. Step 1, please execute my program called COBOL Program 05. Step lib, tell the system where is the load, guys. My load is present in our T11 called load called disk is equal to share. Then catch the log messages as you need them in case of issues. Sys out, catch this one as well here. Sys out equal to star. And I think I have remembered one error, guys. Let me show you after execution. I'll tell you what the error is. I think I know I corrected it. Fine. So we have the transaction file DD1, 2, and 3, guys. So this is the file which we created before day. Okay, this is the file which we created before day, guys. Trans file 2, I guess. If I'm not sure with the name. Then trans dd2, this is the output file which I want to create for my next program. So transaction 11 trans file 3. I'm not giving good names. Okay, I'm not giving good names as per the project here. The good names will be having lot of rules, guys. This is unit 3390 volume 0 equal to JASPS1 and track space allocation here of track 1,1, release it, and then my file details, organization of the file is PS file. Record length, how much is the record length? We don't know, so we'll calculate record format, and block size equal to 0. This is for one file. Repeat it for another time for error file also. So this is 3 and send. This is for error file, guys, error file, which I don't want to look into. Okay, let it be. I'm only interested with this number here. So let me calculate the number length. I can check in previous file, but let's calculate. So 10, 20, 62, guys. Okay, I remember last program we did a mistake also on this. It is 62 bytes of length here. Now this is a final step. This is the final step here of the video. If I submit it and if it is successful, guys, the output should skip couple of records to error file and all the good records into this file. That's what I want to see. But I want to check this file name, guys. Is it this file is the right one? That is the one which we have to use, or just second F3, F3. It is file 1, guys. Okay, this is the file name, tran file name. Okay, I would better rename it to transaction. I'll keep yes. So this is file 1 we need to use as input. So I was having a doubt. My mind was telling it is a different name, but let's correct it. So this is transaction file 1 insert. This is equal to share. This is file 2 now, and there's a missing of credit card as a tag. Okay, this is CC means credit card. Okay, now all good. Final step. Let's run it here. Submit. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Success. Not so good. Success. Let's see. So I have this file which is supposed to have a good records. I have all the approved records. That is fantastic. And I don't have any record with blanks anywhere. So the data is good. And I have all the records which is having greater than 0 amount as well. So this data is good. Let's verify the error file also. So one of the record is approved, but the type here it is blank. But over here it is rejected. So these are the error records. Now check the spool as well. Check the spool as well. The counter is supposed to be equally same. So this is your counter of 14 and this is the count of 14 as well. So perfect, guys. So this program, okay, this is your task for this video, which we say video number 7. In this we have covered the job JCL05 as well, J5 as well. Now the next class what we have is the another logical program. Okay, the data is ready, guys. The data is ready here, just like I show you one more time. This is my data here. The next program what I want to do, guys, I want to consolidate, which means if you see there are two card transaction by this customer, okay, 2-time transaction by this customer. I want to get the total transaction for this month. In the whole month, how much transaction he did for so far, not for month, but the whole customer. So I need to combine this total and create as 17,000 is bill. For customer number 2, it is like somewhere like 3,500. It is like 16,500. All the duplicates wherever there are here, it is no duplicates are there. These customers did only one-time transaction. This customer did 2 transactions, this one 1 and this one 2. So what I want to do is take this file as input and do a consolidation logic and create one customer, one row only. One customer, one row only. So that would be our next video, guys. So before you go to the next video, okay, which if you are seeing, please do subscribe to the channel, guys, and please share the link to your team, your friends, any WhatsApp group or any Telegram group, wherever you think that this video is okay, at least out of 10, let's say a rate of 5, guys, half rating. Okay, out of 10, a 5 rating is there for this video. If you think that level also, please share it. Let's others also start follow the coding part. Let them get the practice as well. Okay. So the next program is the consolidation logic program here that we'll see it in the video 8, guys. Okay. This is me, Anil Polsani. I'm training you all these programs so that you can understand how to code the real project programs. A little bit practice is required, guys. Don't see only recording and complete your practice. Take your time to code also. Okay, and if you need any other training, guys, on the whole level of project, please join my course. It is just 7,200 guys, 2 months of course, good training, good practice. Your software will be there, everything will be there. Okay. Anyway, this video is not for promoting the course. This is only for the practice of COBOL programs. So thank you for your time and we'll catch up in the next video, guys.